Hi there, my name is Steve Gearhart, and as always, this is the Unagi Observer. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching the video. You know I appreciate it. I've been sick for a little while, so that's why you've been getting the videos that you've gotten. I showed a former Oncon 11 video and, a GIF attack and things like that, just because I was just like full of snot, basically, and just, I can't really talk. Anyway, you can tell that I'm still not feeling that great. I'm on the mend. I'm drinking my tea, doing the things I need to do to feel better, but I can at least do a video for this week. Speaking of videos, we're almost at the end of the 2024 season. We've got 2 more after this, and that's going to be it. That the season's going to be a wrap. Unfortunately, because of the sickness and the way the holiday schedule went, and of course, life in general, meaning my work, I'm probably not going to be able to get to the last Cyberpunk review and the Cyberpunk movie watch. So we're probably going to get to that in the later half of January, maybe the beginning of February, before we go into the 2025 season. More on that in the next couple of episodes. So at least I can do a normal video for you this week. Yes, a normal anime review video. So what am I going to review? What anime am I going to review for you? Well, it's got this little anime, fun little thing called Desert Punk. So we have anime in our list to watch, right? We have the PAL list, the My Anime list. You go on Roku or some streaming site, Crunchyroll, whatever, and you have a queue list of things that you want to watch. But then there are those that like kind of appear all the time, wherever you're watching stuff, and you're just like, I really want to watch that, and I've been meaning to get to that, and I'm gonna get to that at some point, but it's not really on any of your queue lists. And then it suddenly goes on 10 years later, and you finally get a chance to watch it, and you watch it. This is one of those anime for me. So a while ago, I wanted to watch Desert Punk. I saw this the kind of like the visual for it, the key visual, and I was just like, oh, this looks kind of interesting. And I think I was coming fresh off of Cowboy Bebop and Trigun, maybe, and so there are certain notes there that kind of on the visual that kind of appealed to me, and I was just like, I should watch this. Many years later, I finally got to watch it, largely because I had snot filling up my head, and there's nothing literally I could do but just sit there and watch things. So there you go. I finally got to watch Desert Punk. So let's get into the details of Desert Punk. There aren't that many. As always, it comes from a manga. It is illustrated by Masatoshi Usune. It was serialized in Comic Beam from August 1997 to October 2020. So it's had a long run. 22 volumes, actually, all told. It was turned into a 24-episode anime, released in 2004. And of course, Gonzo was the studio that did this. And as I talk a little bit more about this anime, you'll be like, well, of course it had to be Gonzo. So, as usual, I give things the 3-episode watch, meaning that, I watch an anime for 3 episodes to kind of get the flavor and see where we're going with this, and to see if it's something that I want to continue watching, yada yada yada. You really can't do that based on 1 episode unless it's like really really great or really really bad. Desert Punk, like most anime, doesn't fall into either category, so you need the 3-episode watch. So I watched 3 episodes of Desert Punk. I had no idea going into it really what the tone of it was. I knew that it was post-apocalyptic. I knew that there was going to be kind of shonen-y, it was going to be a shonen anime, more or less. I did not realize that this thing was kind of like really tongue-in-cheek and kind of funny and not really serious and never taking itself seriously. That's the other part of it, is that this thing is not meant to be the next Cowboy Bebop. It's not meant to be next Dandadan. No, it's just a funny little thing. Now, the plot, as I have gotten thus far, obviously things change, is that Desert Punk, that is our main character, is kind of like a bounty hunter, all guy Joe Fix-It kind of person, who just does things for money, right? Sounds familiar. And so he's going through the Great Kanto Desert. Yes, we learned that there's been a nuclear holocaust and Japan has been reduced to a desert. And they show these like melted down buildings and things like that, and they're just like in this wasteland. And then you kind of get the tonal shift where the narrator's talking about how all this devastation happened and people are surviving, and then he says something and people still haven't figured out what the hell to do. And I was just like, oh, wait a minute, this is going to be one of those. And it is. So that's really it in a nutshell. So the first story arc that we get is that he's doing a job, and Desert Punk's ethos is, I always finish what I do. And he's always getting distracted because he is very short and he likes women with big breasts. Tracts of land. And we get a Tracts of Land character who knows it and works it. And there you go. And so he's in this wasteland. Think Fist of the North Star, although funny. And, so he encounters all these, mutants and people who are trying to control whatever it is left of humanity. There's this one dude who's like this criminal overlord who likes pudding, and we're introduced to him eating flan, and he just looks like some weird little guy who apparently, when he gets angry, grows into the Hulk, basically. So, Desert Punk and this woman team up to get a thing away from this criminal overlord. It's like this gold cross. And, of course, she acts as if she's like this innocent, helpless girl. She's not. And he's just like, all he can see are the boobs, literally. And he falls for it. And, of course, she double crosses him in the end. And so by the time the second episode ends, she goes one way, he goes off in another, and we all know that they're going to meet again at some future point. Third episode starts the next little story arc about this old man and his daughter, beautiful daughter, and you get the idea. As near as I can tell, that's Desert Punk. That's it. That is all it is. So, there you go. This is what I will reclassify as a adult shonen, and it doesn't, like I said, doesn't take itself seriously. The animation itself is fine. You will definitely notice where they decided to assign the budget, because there are some visuals where you're just like, okay, they skimped on that because it was just a pan over a cell. And then there's just like amazing, glorious battle scene, and you're like, okay, well, there was 10 seconds of budget right there. And then it just kind of switches back and forth like that. So the animation is fine. The story is simplistic. I just explained it to you. So that's all I got for Desert Punk, honestly. So would I recommend this anime? Would I say, should you watch this? My answer to that is a weird, oddly yes. In the following context. This is a filler anime. So if you're in between huge anime, series or something that's really serious, and you don't want to move on to another serious thing just quite yet, maybe you just watch Grave of the Fireflies and you're just like, I need something happy. This will scratch that itch. This is definitely going to do it for you. This is one of those filler anime where you'll watch as much as you want to watch. You'll get out of it what you want to get out of it, which is a fun screwball adult comedy. And if you leave it at episode 3, 5, 6, whatever, and never come back to it again, that's okay. I have a feeling you'll be fine. But it does something for you. It gives you that continuous anime watch of something fun, something a little different, something a little bit unique, and enjoy it for what it is. And then you just move on to the next thing. So yes, give it a try. Give Desert Punk a try. If you're in between anime, need a filler anime, or if you're like me and you were sick and your head was full of snot and you just need something that you don't need a whole lot of brain power on, because you don't need a whole lot of brain power on Desert Punk. There you go. So, I'll give it a thumbs up. Yeah, watch it. Desert Punk, that's it for this week. A filler anime, something that you can watch and then walk away from, and that's okay. I will say that it is of the fan service variety of shonen, so just be aware of that when you're watching it, and yeah, enjoy it for what it is. Again, a gentle reminder, we got 2 weeks left, 2 episodes left in this season, 2024. We're going to do the Cyberpunk. We're going to wind up the Cyberpunk in late January, early February. So that'll be a review and a group watch should you want to. More on that later. So we got a holiday episode coming up and then the season ending episode. Kind of do a little recap of the year, so to speak. It's been an interesting year. I will have to say some fun, interesting things and weird, interesting things happened to me that I'd like to talk about a little bit. But yeah, so this is me, slightly congested still feeling under the weather, but I am sure I will be nice and good, ready to go next week, and I hope you will be too. So take care of yourselves, because getting sick sucks. So definitely take care of yourselves, because I wanted to see you guys at conventions. I'd like you to watch the videos, and also because I love you guys. Yes, I love you. No, I'm not that drunk guy who's going to be drinking. I love you, man, but I do love you. So I hope to see you next week, and yeah, and as always, watch more anime.